Today we're driving from Rapid City to the southern portion of the Black Hills. We decided to take the scenic route, Highway 16 to Highway 385, which passes through some of the interesting towns in the Black Hills. So we end up going through Hill City, which is actually a little bit larger town in the Black Hills. It was pretty busy. We're getting close to the Sturgis rally time, so there wasn't really any camping in the Black Hills, and you'll see lots of motorcycles, and that's the reason we ended up going as far south as we did, because there's simply no camping in the Black Hills that was still available. So my suggestion would be, if you were coming to the Black Hills or South Dakota, you need to do it either well before the rally or after it, because I was not able to find campgrounds in most of the places that I wanted to stay anywhere on the western part of the state, and the prices had gone up significantly. This is probably their peak of the peak season time. And one of the statistics I saw, the amount of people that attend the rally is almost equal to the entire state population of South Dakota. So when you think about having to accommodate all that, it's crazy. Crazy Horse Monument is right there. You can kind of see it in the background. I just drove by, and you can see it a little bit here off in the distance. And from there, we keep going. Eventually get on 385. We'll go through Custer. Most of these towns don't really have a large population of their own. It's really bolstered with the amount of tourists. So I wouldn't be surprised if their population is actually doubled by the amount of tourists that are in the area. And Custer is close to Custer State Park, which is better than a lot of national parks, in my opinion. And this was busy as well. Dakota checking out the scenery. And as we continued further south, we ended up in an area that was all burnt out. And I honestly don't remember hearing about this fire, but this covered, unless it was multiple fires, covered a very large area of the southern Black Hills, actually from Custer State Park to the south. And here we come into Hot Springs, and Hot Springs is the closest place to where we're staying. And this was, this is at the very southern end of the Black Hills, and it is the largest city in the area. It's actually not far from Nebraska and where we stayed at Fort Robinson. It's kind of halfway between Fort Robinson and Rapid City. So this has a lot of old stuff, old history. There's a VA hospital. Obviously, there's a Hot Springs that was a real huge tourist destination back in the day. There's tourists here. It wasn't as busy as the other places, but this had more stuff available. A couple grocery stores, bigger hardware store. shops and stuff, but it looked like a lot of this stuff here wasn't really open, whereas in Hill City and Custer, it looked like everything was open. It's kind of interesting how these old towns and cities developed. You can see by the architecture, a lot of this stuff was built a long time ago. There's not as many modern buildings here. And I think actually Hot Springs is a good spot to go if you want to explore the southern Black Hills. It's about a 40-minute drive to Custer State Park, which is where most of the bison are, and the park is beautiful. And so you're, once again, not very far from Mount Rushmore or Crazy Horse. Now here's where we were camping. This is a reservoir about 5 miles away from Hot Springs to the south. And it's actually huge. I can't believe I've never heard of this. And it is almost entirely sand beach, like real sand beach, all the way around this thing. Hey guys, I'm out here on a lookout trying to get some pictures this evening. And you probably can't see it very well, but over there on the horizon, about 2 miles away, is a feedlot, and the wind is blowing towards me, and it smells like the inside of a barn or greeley. It's just pretty obnoxious. But this is a really beautiful spot, reservoir, just south of Hot Springs, South Dakota. So this is the very south end of the Black Hills, and there you can start seeing the Black Hills. This is a big dam. And there is so many sandy beaches here. It's unreal. I've rarely seen this many sandy beaches anywhere other than an actual, coastal area on the ocean. This is pretty amazing. Now, I don't know if this is kind of connected to the sand from like the sand hills in Nebraska. There's a big vein of sand that runs across the country. And this could be kind of connected in that area. We're not too far from it. But this is a massive reservoir. You can see, you can't even see half of it from here, I don't believe. There's a whole other bend that wraps way around, and that's where I'm camped, way down on that end. And that goes for quite a ways as well. Can't really see how far it extends out that way. Not too much farther, I don't believe, than what you can see. And this wraps in here with the marina and back around a little bit. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm actually outside of Badlands National Park right now, camping in the national grassland. And as you can see behind me, we are right on the edge of some of the Badlands. The park is actually down that way, and we're on a very, very popular camping area. We call it Nomad's View. And if you want to find it, if you come from Wall, South Dakota, you look for these towers, and there's an entrance down that way, and there's another entrance over towards those two towers. So you'll probably see the Badlands coming up in maybe a couple weeks. I got a little bit from Custer State Park that'll probably go up the next video after this one. But like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.